today. By the way, don't forget at 4:30, Queen Latifah's dropping by. So that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. She's always fun to catch up with. Victoria's got a secret. Still got 2 minutes. I'm not doing the show till David Young's in. That's just how that works.
It's a great location. It looks great.
Do, 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 do.
Well, I get what you're saying, though. Maybe a perfect spot for them to go outside, right there, too. Yeah, they don't get wasted.
Victoria's got a secret. Victoria's name used to be Victor. One minute till the show, folks. Don't forget, tomorrow Tom Arnold will be here. That should be a lot of fun. He's always fun to catch up. Talking about his new book. I used to be married to a piece of crap is the name of his new book. So I don't know who he's talking about, but talk amongst yourselves. There's a whole lot going on here today. Why don't we just break the rules and start 30 seconds early? Listen, before we get into it, it's very bright, and I don't know that I'll be able to see the screen today. It's not like I do any day. There's a cat hair right here. I brought it to remind me of Fluffy. What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Boogie Bob. I'm here with Karina, Tammany. It's just me, Karina, and Tammany. And Arjan's in the house. Hi, Arjan. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Hope you're doing well today, everybody. Our dear friend Arjan's in the house. Everybody say hi to Arjan Aluwala. I don't know if I said that right. Hi, Arjan. DJ's reviews in the house. He'd do it under 2 minutes. He's like me in the bedroom. DJ reviews it under 2s. Treaton's in the house. RJ's in the house. I thought I'd bring RJ a surprise today. Everybody else, nobody look. This is just for RJ. It's just RJ. I don't want anyone else looking. Arjan, don't look. Treaton, do not look. This is just for RJ. There's my baby. There's Bria. RJ called me last night. He says, Bob, can you please send me some pictures of Bria?
Yeah, I like the nature stuff.
Strictly for RJ. And this one's a little risque. A little risque. That's my shorty. What the hell am I depressed about? That's my baby. In a damn bikini. You guys can check her out at Bria_Simone. Me and her are gonna start an OnlyFans. Here it is.
That's very beautiful.
Floodgates are open, literally. Now here's that great wall, that impenetrable wall. He built a 200 feet of wall. It took 8 years, but he built 200 feet of wall. Mexico did not pay for it. But here's the wall, and it says here that the post watches hundreds of illegal migrants cross through the border, and the doors are welded open. Or, if they don't want to go through that door, they could go through the Rio Grande, where Governor Abbott has put up these buoys in the water with razor-sharp saw blades that will kill them. Well, what's your choice? Should we open the borders on this wall right here, or should we let them drown and get killed in the water? Guys, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to get it out of the way. If you have a horrible problem with migrants, I do not have that same thought as you. My thought is always about kindness, compassion, love, and acceptance. Do I have money to pay for a migrant to get a new bicycle or college? No, I don't. Am I going to sit there and humiliate them and treat them as if they're a virus because they were born in a circumstance that most of us could never possibly know? I've always said that being born is like hitting the lottery. The sperm, I don't know how it works because I'm a guy and I've never had sex. But the sperm hits the little egg, they go through a fallopian tube, and then a stork brings a baby. The odds of that are hundreds of millions of one that you would be the one born. And then you're born. And you're born in San Bernardino, California, to a mom, a dad, a sister, and you got a house. You go to a school, you got clothes, you got food. Or you're born in Bangladesh in the gutter with nothing. Should you be judged because you weren't born in San Bernardino with 2 cars and a private driveway? You were born where your dad makes $1 a day and your mom has 3 or 4 kids and they can't. Is that your fault? The next time you're sitting there looking down on someone because they don't have what you have, think about that. I get angry. I don't push my thoughts on anybody. You want to sit there and spit on a migrant, you go ahead. I'm not going to spit on them with you. I'm going to try to hand them a bottle of water and go home and say a prayer for them, and then I'm going to pray for you. All right, let's get on with the news, because don't forget, I got Queen Latifah dropping by. Tom Arnold will be here tomorrow. And Chef Bobby Flay is going to give us some cooking tips. But that's all at 6:30, so make sure you stick around, clickbait. Look at this. 3 days on an isle in the Caribbean. I'm going to assume that's the Caribbean. A man was rescued by the Coast Guard following, he says, 3 days marooned on an uninhabited island after his sailboat broke down in the Bahamas. The crew of the Coast Guard, they said he said. That sounds a little shady. A man was rescued by Coast Guard following, he says, in quotation marks, 3 days marooned on an uninhabited island. The crew of the Coast Guard cutter Paul Clark spotted the unlucky seafarer firing flares from his disabled vessel. Sounds like he's legit. After locating the marooned Marine, sailors found 3 rubbers and 2 strippers. And he said, these were my captains and co-mates. Don't tell my wife. Maybe he was up to some shenanigans. He's identified as a 64-year-old Bahamian nationalist. He said, all these rubbers are not mine. They belong to a friend, but he's from California. You don't know him. So, these Viagras, I have no idea. They must have came from a smuggler. Here's all your enemies. I see friends. I see people that are escaping slaughter and shit and depression and despair And they were told, rightfully or wrongfully, that if you go to America, you can find a better life and you can eat and your kids can have food and shelter. Human basic needs. I promise you, not one of these guys right here said, I'm going there to get a Cadillac. I sometimes wish the people who are bashing these people could live 1 week in their shoes. I promise you they'll come back. It's like the Twilight Zone movie where the guy is sitting there bad-mouthing Jews, and then he wakes up in a concentration camp. I saw this yesterday. This is a Midtown hit and run. This was horrible. At a Taco Bell. 7 or 8 people mowed down. A hit and run driver who plowed into 7 pedestrians in Midtown Sunday, then zoomed off and crashed into 2 more cars. When he was caught by the cops, he said, it's in God's hands now. 29-year-old Honda Accord driver, whose name is not being officially released, why is that, is believed to have been suffering a mental health episode at the time. He's been hospitalized for psychiatric evaluations. She was taken to Long Island Jewish Medical Center after cops cuffed her. The driver tested negative for alcohol, thank God, and was tearing through a red light when she struck a victim in the crosswalk on 36th Street and 6th Avenue. This is the Taco Bell that I go to. It's right by my karaoke club. I've taken you there many times. It's directly across the street from the karaoke club. Just before midnight, so my club was open. The woman then kept driving to the Queens Midtown Tunnel. That's crazy. The injured pedestrians she left in her wake were hospitalized and listed in stable condition. Nobody died, thank God. Here is a picture of the carnage and the bodies left in her wake. I pray for her. I pray for all the victims. No death for Utah slave wife. Utah mom of 3. I've covered the story since the beginning. I wrote the story. Corey Richins will not face capital punishment. The Utah mom of 3 and the grief author. So she killed her husband. Then she wrote a book about how to grieve about your dead husband. What gave her away was chapter 7. It says, now that your husband's dead that you murdered, that's where she slipped up. She wrote the book about grieving for her dead husband that she killed. Utah mom of 3 and the grief author Corey Richins, who's accused of killing her husband with a fentanyl-laced Moscow Mule, will not face death penalty. She killed her husband March 4th. Corey, 33, was arrested in May on charges of first-degree aggravated murder and multiple counts of second-degree possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. Her murder charge will be handled non-capital first-degree felony, life in prison. She wrote the tearjerker, Are You With Me? A year after she allegedly killed her husband with a drink that includes vodka, ginger beer, and in this case, fentanyl. Honey, this drink tastes crazy. Oh, it's not fentanyl. I'm trying a new... She wrote a book dealing with grief. The book was called Are You With Me? And the district attorney, and this would have been better. Hey, you guys been reading about this woman who killed her wife and she wrote a book about it? The district attorney caught her because it said, "I dedicate this book to my beloved husband who I killed." Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Censorship hits rock bottom. Queen's classic cut from re-release. The song Fat Bottom Girls was absent from Queen's greatest hits. First of all, they got 95 greatest hits album. This is just another way to repackage. You're gonna get Killer Queen, We Are the Champions, another one Bites the Dust. You're gonna get the same 18 songs remixed, and it's gonna be the same album. Don't buy it. It's the greatest hits in a streamer's re-release, while lyrics by today's artists like Meg Thee Stallion are far more productive. I get it. That's called woke. Ron DeSantis threatened to punch Freddie Mercury in the face. You guys been reading about this Ron DeSantis? UK nurse kid killer gets life. Why doesn't that kid killer get death? Brown sugar, you make me taste so good. The British killer nurse. Got a little stalker over back here. A little stalker. Wow, here he comes. A little stalker. The British killer nurse who was convicted last week of murdering 7 babies and attempting to kill 6 more refused to appear in court for her sentencing to face the families. You're a nurse who kills 7 babies. You should live, or should you be punched in the face with hammers? Lucy Letby, 33, was not present as she was ordered to spend the rest of her life behind bars, the most severe sentence under British law. There is no death penalty. The neonatal nurse also skipped out on the verdicts, fueling rage from the families of the children who she killed. Even in these final days of the trial, she tried to control things, the disrespect she has shown families and the court. I don't think we will ever get over the fact that our daughter was tortured until she had no fight left in her. Prosecutors said that Letby deserved the highest penalty. It's cowardly that people commit such heinous things. Letby was found guilty of killing 5 infant boys and 2 girls between 2015 and 2016. The jury deliberated for 22 days before determining that Letby deliberately harmed the children by injecting air into their bloodstream, poisoning them with insulin, and administering air or milk into their stomachs. I am a Christian, I am a good person, I love everybody, and I don't believe in killing. She should be killed. I said it. She should be killed. Stabbing over a Gatorade. No, I could see that. You're thirsty, it's hot. You're thirsty, it's hot out. You need a Gatorade. What are you going to do? A 14-year-old boy was stabbed at a pedestrian plaza in Lower Manhattan Sunday after a dispute with a man over a Gatorade bottle. The boy was hit. The boy was with his friends at Elizabeth Burger Plaza in the 3-way intersection of Trinity Place and Greenwich when a man stabbed him in the chest at about 5 p.m. Emergencies responded ferried the teen whose name was not released. He was treated for what cops say were non-life-threatening injuries, thank God. If you get stabbed in the chest, he might have been cut in the chest. I don't think you get stabbed in the chest and it's non-life-threatening. Police said the suspect is in his 20s, stands around 6 feet tall, weighs 165 pounds. He was still on the loose. It's not clear where the suspect and the victim knew each other. Cops said the fight started over a Gatorade bottle, but did not have any more information. Gatorade has reached out to the assailant and said, "We got a commercial deal for you if you tell us how good the Gatorade was." That was not funny. I apologize. I don't have a writer. I'm just off the cuff. I'm trying. Tammany, I'm trying to, I don't have the,
Really, is that helping me? Like, oh, this is like,
freed. Dad is burnt out. I've been burnt out. Freed without bail after kids fire scare. Look at the fire. A Brooklyn dad with more than 70 previous arrests was freed without bail Monday after allegedly leaving 3 young kids alone. We talked about this. At home where a fire broke out and trapped and seriously injured all 3 children. So he's got 70 arrests, and now he goes out, leaves his children, ages 5, 7, and 9, whatever it was, to die in a fire. And he gets out without bail. I don't understand it. Anthony Halliburton, sounds rich, 37, was released from custody shortly after his arraignment in Brooklyn on 3 counts each of child abandonment and child endangerment. He alleged child-related crimes aren't eligible for bail under the state's controversial bullshit law. 2 of his prior arrests were for drug possession. All but 2 of his dozens of arrests occurred in the Bronx. He's a Bronx habitual reoffender. I say screw him. That's my new segment. I say screw him. Pilot in deadly hot air balloon crash was high. Could you imagine a newscaster? Hey, here's a story about a guy flying a hot air balloon who really was high, Jim. Sorry. The pilot of a hot air balloon that crashed in New Mexico was on cocaine and weed when he hit power lines, sending all 5 people aboard plummeting 100 feet to their deaths. I've never done a hot air balloon, but I imagine it would be terrifying. There ain't no brakes. Your balloon's floating along, and here's the power line, and your balloon, you're like, oh shit, honey, we're gonna hit it. Ain't nothing you can do. I'm from the Bay Area. We have Napa, California. They have hot air balloon conventions. Be 5,000 hot air balloons. Nicholas Molesky. Recent use of cocaine and marijuana likely had impairing effects that contributed to the June 26, 2001 crash. The National Transportation Safety Board concluded in its final report on the deadliest balloon accident in New Mexico history. 5 people killed. I don't know if it's 5 plus him or 6. I don't know. The pilot, 62, did not maintain enough clearance from the power lines and struck them while trying to land in Albuquerque. The basket detached from the balloon and plummeted 100 feet to the ground, killing him, Molesky, Susan Montoya, 65, her husband John Montoya, 61, Martin Martinez, 59, and his wife Mary. 2 couples out for a beautiful... the way my mind works is I always think, honey, guess what we're doing for our anniversary? What, Jim? We're going hot air ballooning. Oh my God, that'll be lovely. And you plan for it, and you call your kids, we're going hot air ballooning, I've always wanted to do this. And then you have no idea that it is your death. Horrible, horrible. Very, very sad. I pray for all of them. Look at this. The Met exhibit reveals enslaved boys. This has been the painting that's been on display there. A little white lady with her white kids. How beautiful. Well, uh-oh. They got a slave boy, a little black enslaved boy. I'm going to get to it. Back in the frame. Now, was he cropped out? I don't think so. I just think it was really dark. Because you see the baby here and right above. So he wasn't cropped out of the frame. He was just, it was dark. I believe they probably cleaned the painting. No. No. I'm looking right at the tree. Ain't no boy there. A 19th century family portrait that was altered to cover an enslaved teenager has been restored to its original version. The painting, initially etched on canvas, is now set to hang in the Metropolitan Museum of Arts, the Jacques Guillemette Lucien. Amos attributed work from 1837 titled Belisaire and the Frey Children depicts the three kids of wealthy New Orleans French Quarter banker Frederick Frey alongside their 15-year-old Belisaire, whom the family reported purchased as a 6-year-old boy. There's their slave. Here he's completely painted over. They cleaned up the painting. Guys, they take these really old paintings with 200 years of soot and ash and they clean them up, and that's what you get. That's what you get. The Frey portrait shows a surprisingly intimacy between the four children, suggesting Belisaire was a valued member of the household. Sometime around the turn of the century, someone painted over Belisaire, not only erasing him from the Frey family history, but obscuring a rare example of the era of realistic portraits of an enslaved person. The altered portrait was kept by the Frey clan. For over a century. In 1972, a descendant of the family matriarch Caroline Frey donated the painting to the New Orleans Museum and reportedly explained that Belisaire had been erased. However, the institution chose not to do anything with that information. The painting languished in the museum storage until 2005, when it was de-sessioned at auction, selling for $7,200. That seems like a pretty good deal. Then museum director John Bullard rationalized the decision because, according to him, the work was not in exhibitable condition, and neither the art nor the children were known at the time. I think in hindsight it was a mistake, he told the paper. The painting's restoration began around 2005 when it was sold to a Virginia antique collector. Anyways, this young man was a real person. He was erased from history. He ain't there. They put a tree over his ass. And then, I ain't gonna lie, he's dressed pretty fly. Cop fests to groping TV judge. It better not be Judge Judy. You better not be grudging. Nobody touches Judge Judy. You don't poop in my hand and tell me it's raining, sir. I always had this fantasy of going on Judge Judy. And you know, I'm a nice guy. What is your name, sir? My name's Bob, and I love you, Judge Judy. Shut up, sir. Shut up, sir. You don't love me. You shut up, sir. She's the only judge that I always think it's wrong, every case. Judge, I have a receipt. He stole my bicycle. I have video of him stealing the bicycle. Sir, you left your bike on the sidewalk with a flimsy lock. It's your fault. Shut up. Georgia sheriff admitted in court Monday to groping television judge Glenda Hatchett. Ooh, Judge Hatchett is not to be played with. She's sassy. If you don't know Glenda Hatchett, Judge Hatchett, she's an African-American woman, probably in her 60s, gorgeous, no nonsense. Very, very fair. I love Judge Hatchett. I didn't even know she was still on. A court sheriff admitted in court Monday to groping television judge Glenda Hatchett during a law enforcement conference last year before another lawman pushed him away. She's hot. Bone Man knows what I'm talking about. That doesn't mean you should grope her. Creepy top cop Christopher Cootie. Also, his last name's Cootie. Can you imagine in school? You got cooties. He resigned from Blecker County Sheriff's Office the same day he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of sexual battery in Cobb County. The plea came after Cootie put his hands on Hatchett's left breast What a piece of shit this guy is. Give a guy a badge and he starts thinking he go around groping people. At a Georgia Sheriff's Association conference in 2022, as the judge was being introduced to a group of sheriffs at a hotel bar. Hi, everybody. This is Judge Hatchett. She's here to talk about law enforcement. Judge Hatchett, this is Steve. Hi, how are you? This is Larry. Hey, how's it going? And this is Mike. Hi, how you doing? What kind of a creep? Horrible creep. I just gave myself a mammoth. What kind of horrible creep would grab a woman's breast unsolicited? At a hotel bar in front of a bunch of sheriffs. A former DeKalb County Sheriff Thomas Brown caught the shocking moment and intervened. I saw his hand go up and down her left breast. I grabbed him and threw it off his chest, saying, "What are you doing?" Threw it off her chest. Following the guilty plea, Hatchett, an Atlanta lawyer, told reporters that he grabbed and squeezed her left breast. He then started rubbing on my breast. I'm appalled. He then started rubbing on my breast aggressively. This is in front of 8 other sheriffs. Unsolicited. She stars in the courtroom show The Verdict with Judge Hatchett, one of my favorite TV shows, one of my favorite court shows. And I haven't seen her in years, but I used to really love her. Judge Joe Brown's insane. He's an insane moron. Don't the star of the courthouse, The Verdict with Judge Hatchett appeared. Cootie's attorney, Joel Pugh, confirmed his client sent off a resignation letter. He was sentenced to 1 year of probation. He should go to prison for 10 years. Hi, Billy. How are you? Everybody say hi to Billy. Everybody say hi to Billy. What's your problem? All week I've been hearing from morons. Joe Biden, he's not even in Hawaii. You're supposed to go to Hawaii the day of the fires. He should have been there with a hose putting out the fire. That's not how it works. They never let the president go into any of these earthquakes or fires, hurricanes. You think Donald Trump was there throwing out paper towels the day of the hurricane? No, it was a month later. You cannot go, you do not go. And then you're hearing all these morons saying, "What's he doing? He's in there, what is him and his wife eating lunch? He's sitting there eating a hot dog while people's homes are burned." Here's the pieces of shit that turned out. Whether you like him or not, I'm not a big, everybody thinks, "Oh, you're a big Joe Biden." I'm not even a big Joe Biden fan. Here's the people booing him. Look at this loser. Joe Biden came to Hawaii to try to get you all back on track. Trump rules! I would not expect if Trump went there for people to be booing him either. It's a time where you come together and try to fix what's broken. A couple of morons. It's all laid out. Donald Trump yesterday posted $200,000 bail. Thank you so much, Billy. Love you too. Hi Valerie. Hi, Karina. It's all laid out. There's your, I want to make it clear. They did not find these boxes like this. Little Don Jr. was like, "You think my dad had the boxes?" No, these were FBI pictures. They even have the notes that these were not found laid on the floor like that. FBI was taking pictures of them. Nevertheless, he will be arrested Thursday. Thursday he will be taken in, and this time they will show, because it's not federal, it's state, they will show his mugshot. Friday, the #1 paper in the world, every paper in the world will have a mugshot of Donald Trump. I hope his hair looks nice. I've always said he teases everyone. Ron Sanctimonious, Crooked Hillary, Sleepy Joe. If one person gets up there and says, "Horrible hair Donald," and every time they address him, Senator Johnson, what do you think of the economy? Well, I want to do a good job. Unlike horrible hair Donald, I think Donald Trump would lose his mind. My hair's not horrible! But not one person's ever went low back at him. There's so much you can do. I just think, I'm childish. So I would be right there in the muck and mire with him. Hey, there's Goofy Boogie Bob. Hey, that would be my name, he calls. Goofy Boogie Bob, everybody. You see his show? It's a failed show. It's not any good. No one watches. Really, he got 1,600 subscribers. He's a failed YouTuber. This failed Boogie Bob. Goofy Boogie Bob. Well, horrible hair Donald. Orange skin, horrible hair Donald. Triple chin, horrible. You can do a whole lot. I don't think it's right, and you shouldn't do it. This 80-year-old man calling people names. Now the district attorney from Georgia, she's the failed district attorney. The New York Times is the failed New York Times. He's gonna win the primary, guaranteed. He bailed out of $200,000 yesterday. He is the kingpin of the RICO thing that they are claiming. And don't you worry, the Bidens are next. It's been 11 years, but they're going to get them. Bidens have nothing to smile about. Funny business surrounding Hunter is no joke. One day I'm going to pick up the paper and they're really going to have something. I can't wait. We shall see. This is very unusual. I've covered this since Trump came down the escalator. Always, every day, you're going to read about someone trying to kill Joe Biden or someone tried to kill Kamala or someone. You never hear about anyone trying to kill Trump, and I hope they don't. Woman threatens to shoot Trump and his son. Please don't shoot anyone, ever. A suburban Chicago woman was arrested Monday on charges of emailing threats. First of all, don't email anyone, you moron. Gonna email someone a threat? To shoot Trump and his son, Barron. You leave Barron alone. The kid's 15 years old, he's 6'9". Leave him alone. Can you imagine the life this kid has had? Oh, you think it's all fun? What fun do you think Barron's having? Playing video games in his room, in his bunker? That kid has had a very rough life. Not for the want of trinkets. He's going to have every cool PlayStation or all the coolest clothes. But you see him in the front yard playing catch with his dad or going fishing? I don't think so. That kid's probably had a very, very rough life. I wish him the best. A suburban Chicago woman was arrested on charges of emailing threats to shoot Donald Trump and his son Barron. You leave Barron alone. And leave Trump alone. A former complaint was filed against Tracy Marie Forienza, 41, earlier this month in federal court. I will state that I will shoot him and his son straight in the face if an opportunity I get. What a horrible person. She allegedly wrote, the email was sent to unidentified head of an educational institute. Oh, they snitched, guaranteed. A representative could not be reached for comment. She needs to go to prison for 10 years to think about what she's talking about. So does anyone who does anything like it. Safari wife slay dentist. We've been covering this from the beginning. A wealthy Pennsylvania dentist was sentenced to life behind bars and forced to fork over millions in fines Monday for killing his wife during an African safari. Larry Rudolph was hit with the sentence in Denver. I blame RJ for this. After being convicted last year of fatally shooting his wife of 34 years. He killed her as part of a plan to revive his career and receive life insurance payments. I thought she was a tiger. honey, I think we should go on a safari tomorrow, and I want you to wear this leopard outfit I got you. Honey, this is really sexy. I look like a leopard. Yeah, but you'll be fine. I want you to walk out in front of us and go in those trees and go like this. You set her up. Cat Boom in New York. All 4 of my cats are rescues. If you are going to get a cat, get a rescue. It doesn't have to be a kitten. Get yourself a 3-year-old. Get yourself an 18-year-old cat that can barely walk and give it love. A population of stray cats has exploded across the city, with some shelter organizers saying they're facing hundreds of requests daily to take a cat in. Here's what happened. COVID. COVID came. You couldn't go to work. You couldn't do anything. You got yourself a cat. You got yourself a dog. I love you so much. You're my favorite thing in the whole world. Hold on a second. Hello? What? We're open again? All right, let me get rid of my cat. You are a monster and a piece of shit. I said it. USGI held in Germany. Two mints in one. 2 U.S. military men have been arrested in Western Germany after a local man was stabbed to death in a fight at a carnival. Good old America. We're number 1 at killing. We're number 1. The servicemen aged 25 and 26 are based at Air Force Spangdahlem Air Force Base. They were part of a group of at least 6 people seen at a Sauberner fair in nearby Wittelsbach. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. The 28-year-old German national was stabbed to death during an argument. I think that Donald Trump is a piece of shit. I promise you, they stabbed him over something he said about U.S. or about a Fraulein or a beer. Horrible. These are U.S. military personnel who visited the Sauberner fair with friends. Police said the pair were picked up late Saturday. German prosecutors were handing over the case to American prosecutors. Both men were handed over to the American investigative tier. One of the men had a wound on his face. The Air Force confirmed to the NBC News that 2 men were questioned and then transferred into U.S. custody. I want to give a shout out to everybody affected by this horrible Hurricane Hillary. Lock her up. Lock her up. Hurricane Hillary unleashes floods and mudslides. There's a clip going around, a viral clip, super viral clip from Hillary talking about, now this is in the 2016 debates where it's her and Donald on stage. And the announcer says, will you, the number 1 thing in America is the peaceful transfer of power. If you lose the election, will both of you agree now to the transfer of power? And Hillary says, absolutely. Donald Trump says, I'll let you know that day. I'll let you know. This is 4 years. This is 2 years before the election. I'll let you know. I'm not going to say yes. And Hillary says, Donald Trump has been doing this his whole career. When The Apprentice TV show lost an Emmy, he said it was rigged. When he lost the Georgia caucus, he said it was rigged. When he lost the election of so-and-so, he said it was rigged. He's going to claim this election was rigged. And by the way, you might not even remember this, but he claimed that the Hillary election was rigged. He won it. He lost the popular vote by like 2 million votes, but he won because of the Electoral College. Within 24 hours, she transferred. She said, I'm out. You got it. That's what happened. But he was saying for 2 weeks before the thing that it was rigged. Remember, they couldn't use mailboxes. Anyways, I hope that this election goes without a hitch, and whoever wins, it's fair and everybody's happy. Just because you lie about it doesn't make it true. And I'm not going to get more political than that. Hurricane Hillary has unleashed floods and mudslides all along Southern California. Tropical Storm Hillary flooded roads, made Dodger Stadium. Look at Dodger Stadium. It looked like a damn life raft. It's 10 feet of water in the parking lot. As rain continued to drench Southern California, to all my friends in Southern California, please be safe and be careful. It never rains in Southern California, but when it does, it pours. Tropical Storm Hillary barreled through the region Monday, drenching some areas with more than half an average year's worth of rain. Half a year's worth of rain in one day. And now the tropical storm in the Gulf aims for Texas. Guys, 96% of the scientists on the planet say global warming is a fact, and that it's going to be irreversible. People have been laughing at Al Gore for years, but all these things that are happening, listen, it's one thing to be political. I don't agree with this, they don't agree with that. But scientists is not political. 96% of scientists around the world, these are not Republicans or Democrats, these are people in China, Korea, Nova Scotia, America, Japan, all over Asia, Middle East, every scientist, 96%. Of course, there's going to be 4% that are morons. 96% say, guys, we're going to have a catastrophic problem. And you think, well, what's the big deal? Well, the earth, you can't even swim in some of the waters in Florida. You get burnt. The corals die and the fish are dying. Okay. What happens is those ice caps, they start melting and the sea rises. Next thing you know, Manhattan is underwater. Let's please be careful. I don't know what you can do. Shout out to Rihanna. She just had another baby. Rihanna and rapper A$AP Rocky now have a rude boy. What you gonna do, rude boy? They welcomed their second baby August 3rd in LA. The newborn's name is yet to be revealed, but it reportedly starts with a R. Big brother's name is RZA, R-Z-A, from the Wu-Tang Clan. So you're a baby born in Bangladesh on the floor of a dirty, filthy hut with no running water, or you're a baby born to Rihanna who lives in a $50 million mansion and has everything. That's just the luck of the draw. Both babies are valuable, both are human beings, and both should be treated with respect. This is a scientific fact. Lots of screen time can harm kids. No shit. Nowadays, when I was a little kid, you would, watch TV. Your mom say, "Don't, you'll go blind." I'll never forget when my dad walked into my room. He said, "Son, if you masturbate too much, you'll go blind." And I said, "Dad, I'm over here." He goes, "Oh, sorry." Kids as early as 2 and 3 years old on the YouTube all day. Go out and play. "No, Mom, I'm on YouTube." Doing that. EMT stabbed. I'm not doing that. We talked about this too many times. The guy stabbed an EMT. Subway attacker busted. I always love it when these pieces of crap get busted. A man has been busted for groping a stranger aboard a Brooklyn train in the middle of the afternoon and then hurling homophobic insults at her and breaking her nose in a brutal beatdown. Ian Williams. There he is. Hi, Ian. He's probably out already. He went to jail, ate a bologna sandwich, and they let him out. Ian Williams, 22, was nabbed Sunday and charged with forcible touching, assault, sexual abuse, and on the J train in Bushwick. He's accused of grabbing the buttocks of a woman, 22. The unwanted contact sparked a fight between the two. They got on an arriving train. Williams threatened the woman, made LGBTQ plus remarks, anti-remarks, and then punched her in the face and the body multiple times, causing her nose fractured He exited Delancey Street and he was busted. 2 dead from floods in Chile. 2 people are dead from flooding in the central region of Chile on Monday, while thousands of others have evacuated or left homeless. There's flooding, there's fires, there's this, there's that. Guys, we live on Earth. Once it does what it does, what are we gonna do? We're ants on a dog's back. Fatally shot in the face amid overnight bullet fest. A woman was killed after being shot in the face during a fight in the Bronx. LaShawn Andrews, 24, was clashing with 2 other women around 11:30 in East Tremont when she was shot. God bless her and her family. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Rolex is the most stolen watch. And look at the one they have here. I have that exact watch. I don't wear my watches. I very rarely. By the way, $11. I feel so much more comfortable. I get a lot more compliments. If you wear a Rolex, no one gives a crap. It's just, you know what it is? It's a status symbol. It makes you uncomfortable. Some people are, look at me, hey, how are you? What are you up to? Can you, I was going to the thing. Never do that. Never do that. First chance I get, every Rolex, they're already out of my home, so don't rob me because you're just going to be getting a bunch of these. Every Rolex is out of my home. First chance I get, they're out of my life. She's out of my life. She's out of my life. Damned indiscretion. Stupid pride. Well, I tried. I missed. I tried the thing and I missed. Aquarius. Be on your guard when dealing with money matters over the next 24 hours. Because the planets warn you, if you trust other people too much, you could fall victim to a confidence trick. Never use your own cash to finance other people's hunches. That's a trick right out of Trump's playbook. Taurus, the mighty bull. Invitations to enjoy yourself socially will come thick and fast over the next 24 hours. That sounds kind of sexual. Invitations to enjoy yourself socially will come thick and fast over the next 24 hours, but you are under no obligation to get out and about just because others expect it of you. Spend your time in a quiet contemplation rather than partying all day and all night. This one, I'm just leaving it up to chance. Spin, 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 spin. Aquarius. We did Aquarius. What the hell's your problem? Virgo. Billy says Virgo. We're doing Virgo. I don't care. I'll break the rules. It's a Boogie Bob show. Virgo. Mars is in your sign, and it's been doing wonders for your confidence. But because Neptune is strong in your charts as well, today there will be times when you doubt yourself for no good reason. Those doubts will pass if you refuse to dwell on them. The next one that writes their thing up there, I'm picking them. Whoever's the quickest, I'm picking them. You're welcome, Billy. Karina. What did Karina ask for? I'm doing Karina. Whatever Karina says is what we're doing. Kathy's a Leo. Guys, I'm not good at this. Kathy's a Leo. We'll do that. And Karina. And Tammany's a Sagittarius. I'm doing them all. I can't say no to anybody. What's my problem? Who am I? What happened to Joe? Joe has been drafted. Joe is now in the Army. I think he's in Uzbekistan. But Joe will be back when he gets back from the Army. So that would be nice. Also, we're getting 2 hot dogs with mustard and sauerkraut. I got a fist fight going on up here. Those are always fun. Leo, you won't be much in the mood for socializing today, so give parties and families gatherings a miss. The more background noise there is in your life, the less you will be able to get your thoughts in order, and that is your new priority number 1. Libra, that's Joe. Joe's a Libra. I can't believe Joe enlisted in the Army in Uzbekistan. The guy's 125 years old in the Army. You got it. Hats off to Joe. Libra, events that seemed so unfair a day or 2 ago can now be seen as blessings in disguise, so get past your doubts and embrace them. Ultimately, all changes are good, so remind yourself of the fact and move on confidently into the future. Scorpio, and me. You will never, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna crack a blowjob joke. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it. You deserve better than that. If you feel you would like to get more deeply involved in a cause that inspires you, now is the time to give it a go. Don't be one of those people who sign up and expect everyone else to do the work. Get involved on a personal level. No blowjobs. Not mentioning anything about Sagittarius. I might have did it already. I think I did. Just because you believe in yourself, I didn't. Just because you believe in yourself 100% does not mean everybody else does too. And your main aim today must be to convince someone, a friend or a work colleague, that you know what you're doing. Only then will they support you with blowjobs. You know what? I'm done. I can't. So Scorpio can't do blowjobs, but Sagittarius does? That is Bush League right there. I am very unhappy about that. That's borderline disrespectful, to be honest. Capricorn, you will be on the move a lot over the next few days, but unless you waste more time making detours, you must plan your route in advance. To do that, of course, you need to be aware of your overall goal. So what is your goal? Capricorn, do you got a goal? Pisces, I had a goal. Last night I did. I took all my clothes 2 days ago to the laundry. I hadn't worn this shirt in like 6 years. You know why? Because it's been sitting in a ball in my closet in a laundry bag. I'm going to have new shirts all summer. I've been recycling the last 5 shirts. New shirts all summer. I'm not going to wear this one again until next Tuesday. Capricorn, you will be on the move a lot over the next few days unless you want to waste time. I think I just did Capricorn. Pisces, Mars is your opposite sign. Make partners and colleagues a bit too assertive for your liking, but the fact is that they have the power to call the shots, while the only power you have is to choose whether or not you will follow their lead. If in doubt, don't do it. If in doubt, whip it out. It got me a rock and roll band. It's a free-for-all. Ted Nugent. He's a psycho. Aries, too many people are wasting too much of your time on trivial matters, and you need to send them packing. Focus only on issues that are of importance to you today. That sounds like selfish. You sound like you're being selfish. Aries, you're better than that. Aries, too many people are wasting too much of your time on trivial matters, and you need to send them packing. Focus only on issues that are of importance to you today. If you refuse to suffer fools, then they will get the message soon enough. Gemini. I don't think we do Gemini enough on this show. Rev's here. Rev's here. The fact that you have Gemini, the fact that you have built up a lot of momentum in recent weeks should keep you going for some time yet. Even though the sun is about to move into one or more sensitive areas of your chart, follow through on what you already stated. Hold on, I got a text from Rev. Hey Boogie Bob, I'm back from the doctor's office. I'm really happy to report it's just herpes. Well, please don't read this on the air. Oh shit, I apologize. I apologize, Rev. First of all, I'm glad it's only herpes. Could have been worse. But I apologize that I read your note on the air. I gotta do better. I will do better. I will do better, I promise. Well, I can't promise that. I can't. Cancer. We have the cancer. You know what? I want to say hi to Gina. Gina, I want to thank you. Because Gina is always, every day, in the comments. Not in here. In here, maybe too. But comments. I put a video up. There's Gina. Gina, thank you. I appreciate it. All of you, thank you. Except Kevin Butler. I want to thank every single person except Kevin Butler. If I ever win a Grammy, I'm going to go up there and say, you know, guys, this was a lot of work. I have a lot of people to thank. I'm going to thank every man, woman, and child on the planet except Kevin Butler. Him I'm not thanking. Everybody else,
Everything.
thank you.
I'm not mad at you.
Cancer. You have a I want to buy this guy food over here. He looks like he's starving to death, but I don't think he's going to take it. You have accomplished a lot in recent weeks, Cancer. But how much have you done for other people?
No reason why you should have even.
This is the best one yet.
I happen to.
I haven't read it all yet, but do for others if you can. Yeah, listen, Swaggy's right. Let's free Kevin Butler. Everybody free Kevin Butler. You have accomplished a lot in recent weeks, but how much have you done for other people, including the people you love? Make it your #1 aim to find out what your friends and family members need to do and what you can do for them. Wouldn't that be beautiful? And not just your friends and family. What about strangers? I want to buy this guy food over here. He's picking through the trash on the lady's table, but there's a fine trick to it. First of all, I'm not going to do it on air. Second of all, you want to make sure you don't offend. I can't tell you how many times I've been at Burger King or Kentucky Fried. You see some guy digging in the garbage, and you say, "Hey, you want a burger?" And they look at you. Well, how dare you? Some people are like, "Hell yeah, I want a burger," but I prefer money. Are you hungry, sir? Oh, I'm starving. Let me buy you a pizza. Oh no, I'm allergic to tomatoes. Well, I'll buy you a burger. No, I can't eat bread. I can just take money and I'll buy something later. There was one guy that used to hit the neighborhood all the time. He'd walk by and say, "Sir, can I get a couple dollars to eat?" I go, "Yeah, come on in. I'll buy you some pizza." No. I only eat Burger King. It's down the... If they want money, it's never for pizza. Except country. Country, you give him money, his ass will take a train and go get chicken and white rice. Today, if your birthday is today, Jupiter's influence on your birthday will encourage you to believe that all things are possible. But if you are smart, you won't try to do everything at once. The more you narrow down your goals over the coming year, the more likely it is you will reach them. Guys, I got big parties this week. I got a big breakfast party at Hard Rock. If it's anything good, I'll bring you with me. Sometimes the breakfast parties is like a rich women's luncheon type of thing. I do have another really big surprise that I'm not supposed to mention. I can't talk about it right now, but something really big happening at one of our regulars. We're having a huge event, celebrity event, and I will bring that to you as well. Also, I've got to be honest, I'm really happy about Rev. I can't say what he had. It rhymes with Murphy's, but I told him I wouldn't talk about it on the air. So, Rev, I'm glad that you only have Murphy's. Pig Latin. I'm glad you only have herpes, hey. Okay, I milked that one too much. I knew I lingered too long. Happy birthdays. Hey, birthdays were the birthdays. Now we break champagne when we're thirsty. Now, guys, ever since Joe's been gone, I have to do this and then kind of look up. So make sure you watch Ambrose Ambrose will explain. He can't explain half the time. He has it. I have the burpees. Many times you look up and he'll say who the hell it is. I don't know half these. James Corden. James Corden had a great late show here. He's very funny. He's an English guy. Don't know much about him. Comedic actor who became the host of the Late Late Show. He won a BAFTA. B-A-F-T-A. I don't know what the hell that is. Television award for best comedy performance on his work on BBC's. Now, I typed in BBC. It's something to do with England, but if you type in BBC, it comes with big black. So don't. BBC means something else in porn. I gotta do this for Rev. Sorry, this is for RJ. Rev's a married man. Maybe RJ's married too, but RJ likes to look at Bria. I don't know what this is. I don't know anything about this James Corden kid. He was pretty funny. The Uso brothers. They're wrestling royalty from Hawaii. They're Peter Mavia's grandnephews. They're all related to The Rock. Everybody in Hawaii is a cousin of The Rock. The Uso brothers, Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso, are both 38 today. Bless them. I don't got much. Kristen Wiig, you know her from Saturday Night Live. She's hilarious. I love Kristen Wiig. Lane Staley, wow. This guy was a brilliant singer. He was with Alice in Chains. At the age of 34, he died of a drug overdose. You throw that away. What was the song that he did that I really liked? Queen of the Rodeo, Bleed the Freak. He was a really great singer. I ain't got nothing here. I'm scraping the barrel. I'm pulling a Joe here. How about Giada De Laurentiis? She's the chef, the TV chef everybody seems to like. I don't know nothing about her. Celebrity chef, both known for her appearances on the Food Network. Pretty hot. I don't know any of these people. This could be the worst birth. Cindy Williams. All right. Come on. Who's Cindy Williams, guys? Somebody tell me who Cindy Williams is. I'm not moving the show forward until you do. Somebody out there knows who Cindy Williams is. And Ambrose, don't tell us who Cindy Williams is. I got a contest going on here. Somebody's about to win an iPad. RJ is about to buy somebody a brand new iPad, and I'm excited about it. Cindy Williams. She Shirley. All these came in at the same time. So, wow. I mean, this is crazy. RJ, you got to buy Valerie an iPad. Rev, you don't count. You're part of the team. Tom Slemmer gets an iPad. Congratulations. Tammany gets an iPad. Look at Yo Ange coming in to get a free iPad. This is a show that you really pay. Bone Man, you've got like 9 iPads already. RJ is going to buy himself an iPad. Treaton gets an iPad. Kevin Butler gets an iPad. Billy, you said Laverne. It's actually Shirley. And Gina says, I have no idea. Laverne and Shirley was a show here. Sally from the Valley in Cali says, hi. Hey, Sally, how are you? God bless you. Fafo got an iPad. Cindy Williams was the beloved Flamazel, House and Pepper Incorporated. We're gonna do it our way, yes, our way. Make our dreams come true. Can you imagine this was like a #1 show? American actress who starred as Shirley Feeney on a series Laverne and Shirley from 1976 to 1983. By 83, they were really jumping the shark. Lenny, hello, with his leather jacket. Okay, so God bless her. I think she might have passed away. She did. She passed away in 2023. And Tori Amos, singer, she went on tour with Alanis Morissette. That's how she first really broke out. Did you know that her first 5 albums went platinum in the U.S.? I can't name one song. Her song, A Sort of Fairy Tale, reached the top spot, #1. I don't know what the hell that is. We're going to do famous deaths now. We do not celebrate their deaths unless it's Hitler. Famous deaths. Oh boy. Oh boy, we got fighting. Okay, hold on. 3 fist fights today. So guys, if you were in the pool earlier, you took the over-under on 3 fist fights, you just won another iPad. I didn't think we'd reach 3 fist fights on a Tuesday. Pretty good, pretty good. Guys, please hit the like button. What kind of piece of crap are you? You watched the show for an hour and 12 minutes, you didn't hit the like button? You just stick your finger, you go like this, and you go there and you hit bloop, like. How hard is that? You selfish son of a... I apologize. Guys, if you don't like the show, then hit the like button twice, and it'll take a like away. King Richard III, never heard of him. Huey P. Newton. Okay, Huey P. Newton was a civil rights leader. He was also a member of the Black Panthers. Where's he from? Oakland, California. African-American political leader who co-founded the Black Panthers in 1966. He was known with his violent confrontation with police. Police used to beat black folks in the 60s. We've all seen the videotapes. Black Panthers said, you know what? We're allowed to carry guns. 250 black men standing there with rifles. All of a sudden the beating stopped. He was gunned down by a member of the black guerrilla family in Oakland, California, 1989. I'm just going around the dial. I don't know any of these people. Oh, does everybody know Nick Ashford? Look at this brother. He rocked the perm till the day he died. He's got the perm in his casket. Nicholas Ashford from Ashford and Simpson, solid as a rock. Known for writing Motown hits, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Did you know that? You didn't know that. You did not know that. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough to keep me from you. And You're All I Need to Get By with Valerie Simpson. You're all I need to get by. And did you know that him and Valerie Simpson wrote I'm Every Woman? They wrote some hits, bruh. Wow. Wow, that's pretty amazing. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Wow, I did not know that he wrote those songs. I don't know who this guy is, but his name is Dummy Taylor. That's a pretty crappy name. It's Fred Sanford's son. Hey, Dummy. Former deaf big league pitcher who led the league in appearances in 1901. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know any of these people. This is where I always ruin the show. We got that thing going on, and then I blame Ambrose, to be honest with you. Maybe next time I'll have Ambrose just put a bunch down, and I'll try to guess what the person did. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I ask you to all, please be kind and loving to each other. Be good to yourself, because you deserve it. Guys, if you see a migrant, think to yourself, there but for the grace of God go I. Last night I was laying in bed underneath 5 of my shorties. Don't tell Bria. Don't tell Bria unless she's watching. Nobody tell Bria that while she was at the beach, I had 5 shorties laying on top of me. And I was saying my prayers, thanking the Lord for my shorties. And I said to myself, I have my cats, I have my health, kind of. I have a roof over my head, I got Netflix, I got Hulu, got food in my fridge, and a kind heart. I have a business. And there's people out there right now. There's one 50 feet away from me, laying on the ground right now here with nothing. You're going to tell me that in your heart you want to walk past that man and blame him? You want to chastise him or migrants for wanting to come here to try to make a better life? I have not seen one migrant with a sign saying, "I'm a migrant, please give me money." I think every single one of them would want to try at least to work. I don't know what it's like living in Guatemala. I don't know what it's like having rapists kick in the door and kill your family and rape your wife in front of you. I don't know what it's like to live in these third world countries where you have no hope. And then someone tells you, we're going to walk 3,000 miles through the desert and through barbed wire. And we're going to give every nickel we have. We're going to leave everything, every family member we have, and we're going to walk to freedom. Just like my great-grandparents did when they came here from Iowa. They arrived in Iowa. My great-grandfather came from, I don't know what city in Ireland. They had a potato famine going on. They couldn't eat. They had nothing. They came to America. My grandfather, his son, became a multi-millionaire. When my mom was born, her mother died, and the stepmother came in and took all the money. My grandfather, who was a very, very wealthy man in the early 1900s, but I didn't have anything. I grew up without nothing but love. I had love. I had a stable home. I had parents who adored me and my two brothers and my sister. I had dogs. I had a home. When I came back to America in 1969 or 70 and I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and I was sitting in the class and a kid walks up to me and says, "Why do you have patches on all of your pants?" And I looked down and I saw my knees. I had patches, iron-on patches on my knees. Why? Well, because my brother Bill, when he grew out of them, my brother Gene got them. When we grew out of them, I got them. And I looked around and I didn't see no patches. I didn't even know. Everybody got patches. I looked around and I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "You got patches on all your pants." I looked around, 30 kids in the class, not one had patches. I went, "Holy shit, I'm poor." I had something a lot of them didn't have. I had a network of people who loved me dearly and who did everything they could to try to make it to one day I would have a compassionate, kind heart. I cannot imagine walking by a person and thinking to myself, "Look at this dirty migrant." Whether you agree with them coming here or not, if that is you, you are an unkind person. I'm sorry. Open your heart. I'm not saying open your wallet. Open your heart. I don't want to pay for these people I don't know. I'd be really curious. In fact, if you're on this channel and your money, your taxes were more, send me a bill. I'll pay it. I'm not joking. There's 58 people in here. If one of you hits me on the thing tonight and says, "Bob, I had to pay an extra $108 because of these damn migrants," I'll give you the $108. We only have one life, and unless you're a Buddhist. If you're a Buddhist, you got 10 lives, but I only got one life. And while I'm here, I'm going to dedicate every moment of trying to be compassionate, kind, and loving. And if you can't do that, then you're the one missing out. I've been preachy enough today. Please be kind and loving to every man, woman, and child, especially the poor. Say you're a Christian? Think Jesus would go over there and go, "You're from Guatemala?" I promise you he would. Thank you. I love you all. I'll see you soon. God bless you. Look at Bria. Holy shit. RJ, I gotta do this for RJ. Come on, bro. I'm 60 years old. Bria makes more money than I do. Right now she's on a beach somewhere. I didn't give her a nickel. Bria, if you're watching this, send me $40, baby. I want some Taco Bell. God, it's great. See you later. Oh, bitch. There it is. Goodbye.